Yeah, hello students. Now you know what is planning, what are its characteristics, and what are its limitations, along with why it is important to do planning. Now we will study what are the various steps in making the plans. That is, we will study planning process. There are 7 steps in the planning process. The first one is setting objectives, second, developing premises, then identifying alternative courses of action, afterwards, evaluating alternative courses, selecting an alternative, implementing the plan, and taking the follow up actions. Clear? All these we will study in details one by one. In planning function, manager begins with setting up of objectives or goals which specify what the organization wants to achieve, and the objective should be clear in nature. Objectives must be set for the entire organization and for all the departments, units, and employees. Generally, objective give direction to all what they have to do, how they have to do, and what they have to achieve in future. The second step is developing premises. Premises is the assumptions that is being made regarding future. Premises are the base on which plans are made. Generally, it is a kind of forecast made keeping in view the existing plans and any past information about the various policies of the organization. Planning is always made for uncertain future. Therefore, the managers are required to make certain assumptions for the future which will help them to make the plans, and they are required to make the assumptions very accurate so that they shouldn't have to uh, change the plan very frequently. Once objectives are established and assumptions are made, then the next step is to determine the alternative courses of action. We know that there are many ways of doing a single work. So even this stands same or true for the plans also. So again here there can be many ways to achieve the objectives of the organization, and the managers must know all the ways to reach the objectives. Next is evaluating alternative courses. When they know that what are the various ways of doing the work or achieving the goals, now it is the job of the managers to look into the pros or look into the best possible course of action. They can do the analysis based on the various factors. It may be in the light of objectives, what are the objectives that they have to achieve, what is going to be the cost, what are the risks associated, what are the planning premises, what benefits they are going to get when they will use the best one, and if they will select a one alternative, whether they are having that much of capital for using that alternative or not. The feasibility and consequences of each alternative must be scrutinized before a choice is made. Clear? Now, they know what are the pros and cons, what are the positive and negative aspects of each alternative. Now it is the job of the manager to select the best one, and selection of best alternative is the real point of decision making. Whatever they will select It must be feasible, profitable, and with least negative consequence. As we know that no single alternative or plan will be available with a without a single negative consequences, and in many cases there is a possibility that they have to choose a combination of different alternatives than choosing a single one. Clear? Now comes the implementation of planning. It is the step of putting plans into action. Now they have to implement and execute the plan to achieve the objectives. Whatever plan or whatever alternatives have been selected, it has to be communicated with the all employees of the organization, and it is the job of the top managers and middle level managers to allocate the required resources that has to be used to achieve the objectives by using the selected plans. Now they have to organize for labors, means they have to organize all the resources. And finally, and the last step in the planning process is follow up action. It means to see whether plans are being implemented properly and activities are performed according to plans. We know that planning is a continuous process, so the manager's job does not get over simply by implementing the plan. They have to monitor the plan very carefully while it is being implemented, and they have to see whether the execution of planning is going according to their plan or not. Monitoring of plan is very important because it helps the managers to verify whether the premises that they have developed while making the plan is contemporary or is suitable in the present condition or not, and if not, immediate changes are made in the plan for to make the plan suitable for the current situation. The planning made by the managers must be flexible in nature, in which there should be a space for making the changes, making the amendments, and it should be contemporary in nature to achieve all the success and objectives of the organization. Understood? Thank you, students.